Okay, get ready for this one. So, within the last 2 weeks, we have been tracking on my channel a lot of ICE activity within the St. Paul area. But it looks like federal activity will be expanding beyond St. Paul and into Minneapolis.
To a number of credible reports from several media outlets relaying that there are as many as 100 federal agents that will be deployed to the Twin Cities with a specific focus on targeting our Somali community.
So the mayor of Minneapolis is already warning everyone that federal agents are on the way. But we're also seeing the local police department say this.
That if you see something like that is legitimate, that you don't know if someone is law enforcement, you should call 911.
The police department is urging people to call 911 in case you suspect someone might be ICE, but you can't identify them. Just call 911, just to make sure. And last week, we already identified protesters have been preparing for this moment for months. There are watchdog groups and organizations on standby to get the alert that Homeland Security might be in the area. We see it already happening in St. Paul, so obviously they are prepared for Minneapolis. Now, before we talk about all of this, make sure to please like the video. It's the #1 way you guys are helping this channel, and it also helps others see the videos as well. I don't want people to miss a thing, and with your help, we can get the information out there. So please like and share, it helps out a lot. Okay, so to give you some context, these are the statements from President Trump in which there is a very high alert right now in Minnesota, but really Minneapolis.
Somalians ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions, every year, billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing. The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries, too. I can say it about other countries, too. We don't want them to hell. We have to rebuild our country. Our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it. We could go one way or the other, and we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country.
Okay, so these statements from President Trump and these statements from the SBA, Small Business Administration, I have ordered an investigation into the network of Somali organizations and executives implicated in these schemes, referring to fraud in Minnesota. This is why we are starting to see the mayor and other local officials give a warning out that federal agents, they might be on their way. According to the mayor, they are on the way. To others, agents are already in the area. We'll get to that later.
My name is Jacob Fry. I'm the mayor of Minneapolis, and we are here to respond to a number of credible reports from several media outlets relaying that there are as many as 100 federal agents that will be deployed to the Twin Cities with a specific focus on targeting our Somali community.
Now, I do want to point out, 250 federal agents are supposed to be starting Operation Swamp Sweep down in Louisiana, but that operation has been delayed. I also want to point out, we haven't heard anything from Chief Bovino. I have no idea where he is. So who knows, he might be heading to the Twin Cities, but I just want to put out there, there's supposed to be already this federal operation going down with Border Patrol, but that's been put on delay. They could be heading to the Twin Cities.
Community. We love you, and we stand with you. That commitment is rock solid. Minneapolis is proud to be home to the largest Somali community in the entire country. They've been here for decades in many instances. They're entrepreneurs and fathers. They benefit both the culture and the economic resilience of our city. Targeting Somali people means that due process will be violated. Mistakes will be made. And let's be clear, it means that American citizens will be detained for no other reason than the fact that they look like they are Somali.
Okay, so please leave your comments down below how you feel about this. I mean, these are some huge implications. I think you can even call them accusations that the Trump administration, they are going to be deploying federal agents to Minneapolis in order to deport Somalis. Okay, now we have some statements from the Minneapolis police chief, but I do want to remind you guys that the police department over in St. Paul is being investigated for possibly working with ICE agents in St. Paul, the Twin City right next door, and also being investigated for using too much force against protesters, even though protesters are on camera throwing objects at the police department and at ICE agents. So let's see what the Minneapolis police chief has to say.
Folks that are masked, that they're not sure if they're law enforcement, that they may be kidnapping people. Like, we have had those reports. I want to be clear to the community. The community should know that if you see something like that, that is legitimate, that you don't know if someone is law enforcement, you should call 911. And you should provide as much information as possible, because let's not forget, we very recently had tragedy in this state by someone who was purporting to be law enforcement. So please, let's be clear. That's something everyone should report, and that we will immediately respond to, and we will document. Whether it's somebody's not sure if there's a kidnapping happening, somebody's not sure if that there's law enforcement present or not, and that's something else that's additional policy requirements that we are implementing.
Now, I do want to point out, everything he's saying, yeah, I think everybody would be on board. You should report if you see something sketchy. Why not just call 911? Your taxes pay for that anyone. But when you look at the totality of what we're dealing with here, this is talking about the Trump administration possibly deploying these federal assets to this city. So we have to assume he is talking about Border Patrol or ICE agents wearing masks, because overall his message is not incorrect. What he's saying is absolutely true. If you see something sketchy, report it. But again, this press conference is talking about the possibility of Border Patrol or more ICE agents going to his city.
That we will document and report these types of things anytime that we hear it, and reminding our officers of their duty to intervene. So if there is anything that is a violation of someone's human rights or civil rights, excessive force or anything like that, they absolutely have a duty to intervene as police officers.
Okay, so leave your comments down below how you feel about that. Again, the city right next door, St. Paul, their police department is actually being investigated for what he's talking about. Okay, now from here, we actually have some statements from somebody who was detained apparently by ICE, and he is in Minneapolis.
I'm a citizen of this country, and they take me off and they hold me, they detain me here. I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea. These guys are so stupid. I don't know what they're talking about.
They check what they want to see.
My passport. I give my ID, I give my passport ID, everything. They didn't want to listen to me. They want to talk to their supervisors.
They said they take interview. I don't know why they take interview here.
They asking me, have you been interviewed or what? I said, no, I haven't been interviewed. They said they're going to take interview, and soon as you come, they said it's going to be hot, so they just run off. They took it off. Because of you guys, they just they didn't want you to involve with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I get your name, or do you want to give that?
My name is Ali.
Can you spell it?
Ali, and last name Dahir.
Can I just ask how long you've been in the country?
Excuse me?
How long have you been in the country? I'm just curious.
Telling me what? 25 years.
Okay, so leave your comments down below how you feel about this. And to be honest with you, as somebody who tracks ICE activity and federal agents around the United States, it's not surprising that ICE or Homeland, they're already doing their jobs in St. Paul and in Minneapolis. But again, the only reason why we're seeing such a huge alert is because of the statements from the Trump administration, these investigations that are occurring in Minnesota, but specifically isolating the Somali community involved with such statements and actions. Now, the other reason why I feel confident that Minneapolis is reacting to what Trump has to say, specifically with the Somali community and really Minnesota as a whole, I mean, this is a Minneapolis city councilor responding to Trump.
My name is Jamal Osman. I am the council member of Ward 6, someone who represents the largest East African community in Minneapolis. I am proud to say I'm a Somali American. This country welcomed me my family 26 years ago.
And I do want to point out a very common theme we see with cities who don't want ICE in their area, do not support the homeland mission as far as deportations. You need to have a strong city council who has the back of the protesters. That's what we see in Los Angeles, Portland, Chicago, and we saw a little bit of it in Charlotte, but this is what you need. You need a strong backing from the lawmakers in order to either create new policies or to let the people know in the area we have your back. This is huge.
It has provided me a life that I did not have in Somalia. We came here and we are thankful to be here. I've been educated here, got the opportunity to serve my community, to be a council member. I know many families are fearful tonight. They are. But I want you to know that City of Minneapolis stand behind you as the leaders, both mayors and the chief and everyone that's standing behind you to stand with you. Our community has lived through fear in the past, and we're not going to let us divide that. We're going to stay informed, we're going to stay safe, and we're going to support each other. We'll continue to working our partners on the ground so residents know their rights.
So that right there, again, we cover this stuff every day. Who are the partners? Are they the partners I showed you guys at the very beginning of the video? The partners who have been preparing for such actions of a federal surge or anything like that? We never know who the partners really are. You really have to dig deep to find them.
They know where to turn for help, and we know that Minneapolis will not abandon. One of the thing I do want to say, and obviously everyone knows that our president is racist, xenophobic, Islamophobic, and we are going to fight that. America has a history of fighting and stopping those kind of individuals who continue to divide people and divide communities.
And this is why I'm saying this is a direct response to the Trump administration, because this city councilor is directly referring to President Trump.
Families that live in this community are working at your groceries, working at your hospitals, delivering your babies, they're doctors. They are very successful individuals. Now I would like to switch into Somali to speak to my community.
Okay, and the rest obviously is in Somali. So again, leave your comments down below how you feel about all of this. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I do want to point out what is not speculatory is the fact that ICE is already operating in Minneapolis. We've seen the videos, we've seen the reports, and we know they're also operating in St. Paul. But the question is, are they now going to change their posture and do less direct action and do these, or go into these more broad sweeps like we see in the other areas of the United States when Border Patrol gets involved or other federal assets? Thank you guys so much for being here. Leave your comments down below. Please subscribe. Please like. God bless, and we'll see you all later.